Hello, welcome to the Experience Camps webinar on camper forms. My name is Josh Hahn. Don't adjust your sets. It is me. It is the guy that sends you all those emails. I know this is overwhelming for a lot of you, but just try to contain your emotions while we delve into this extremely riveting subject of camper forms. So that you can focus and not be distracted by my good looks and charm, I will turn off the video and bring you to our login screen. So to access all of your forms at your MyManix account, you're going to log in at manix.campintouch.com. That is the same website address regardless of what camp your child is enrolled at. You will log in using the email address and password that you created when you first set up your account. You can retrieve or reset your password here. If you have any further complications with the login screen, please email me and I'll give you that information at the end of this video. Once you are logged in, you are at the Forms dashboard. There's a lot of stuff you can do in here, like update the application, camper information, address and phone number, all sorts of fun stuff. But for the purposes of this webinar, we are going to go to the Forms and Documents section. The first thing you'll notice is your camper's name will be right at the top of his or her forms. In this case, our test camper today is the incomparable milkshake legend of Experience Camp, Steve Hirsch. If you have multiple campers, if you got siblings, the additional campers would be listed subsequently beneath the first camper's forms, and then that camper's forms would be beneath his or her name. Once a form has been submitted and received, it will become green, so you can see that the application and photo have been submitted and they were received as of March 27th. Forms that are required are marked required in the status column, and they are also in bold. The icons to the left of the form, if you see an arrow, that means it is a paper form. The form needs to be downloaded, printed, completed, and then re-uploaded. If you have a scanner, you can scan it, save it to your computer, and re-upload it. You can also take a picture with your phone in most cases, as long as the quality is good. Send it to your email, and then you would come back in here and use these arrows on the right to re-upload a paper form. If you see a computer icon, that means that is an online form, and you can complete that form right here in your Forms dashboard. Now let me run through the forms very quickly so that you know what they are all for. The first, authorization for release, is optional. It is not bolded. It is not required. If your camper sees a therapist or a counselor or somebody else who you would like for us to be able to communicate with and exchange confidential information, please complete that form. The core values and codes of conduct should be downloaded and printed. Your camper should review it and then sign off on the form that he or she understands our core values and codes of conduct for the week of camp. The custodial parent authorization, I'm going to click and show you briefly. It has a good deal of language that we need you to please read. Once you have read it, acknowledge that you have read it and agree to the terms, and then you would sign your name here in this box, as I am doing, and then you would click submit. Once the system is done thinking, it will return you to your Forms dashboard, and you can continue reviewing your forms. Next is the health history form. This is an online form that you should be completing, not your doctor. It is just an update of your camper's medical record, history, any known allergies or medications that would all be submitted on the health history. The immunization is a paper form to be downloaded and given to your doctor, or you can submit your doctor's office's internal form. Next, we have the parent handbook. This is the Kennex parent handbook because in this example, I've enrolled this camper at the Kennex camp. Depending on your camper's enrollment, you will see the proper handbook. Please download and print this. It has a reminder about dates, travel information, how to contact your camper at camp, how to reach the directors at camp, as well as packing lists. Please read this soon. Next is the physician's examination. This also should be downloaded and provided to your doctor, and he or she can complete it and return it to you, or you can use their internal form again. And then finally, we have the transportation form. So I'm going to go through that briefly. Again, this camper is enrolled in our New York camp. One thing to note, car should not be selected as a to-camp option. You do not allow campers to be dropped off at camp on day one, but you can pick them up on the final day. If this camper was taking the bus, you would click bus and you would see all the different pickup locations and times and addresses and select the appropriate one. If he or she was flying, you would click air and submit the travel information. So I'm going to go ahead and just indicate that this camper is taking the New York City bus by hitting select. And then from camp, I could indicate that I would like to pick up my camper using the car option. There's some reminder information, and then you would indicate that the departure date is going to be the last day of camp. We would appreciate it if you picked your campers up on the last day of camp, as much as we'd love for them to stay with us. When you are done, click submit. The system will think one more time, and then you'll click OK to return you to your form screen. Now you can see that these forms have been submitted and received. You can always change your transportation information by just clicking the form and returning to that screen I was just on and updating that information. Finally, if you need any paper forms, if you're struggling with the website, if you come to our website, which is www.experience.camp, this is different from the manx.campintouch, and come to camps and dates and forms, you'll have lots of information, including all the dates, all of our forms in printable format. If you scroll down, you'll see our mailing address and fax. And then here at the bottom, all those parent handbooks, again, which are in your MyManX dashboard, they are here for you as well to be printed. So that concludes the webinar. Yes, I have put on a new t-shirt because that is what we do at Experience Camps. We do crazy things like change t-shirts in a matter of a 6-minute video. Please remember that forms are due by May 1st. If it is after May 1st when you are watching this, please get a move on it and get those forms in for us. We cannot allow any camper to attend camp unless we have all the required forms, all the medical forms, and all the custodial parents' authorizations. Again, if you need to reach me at any point, please do not hesitate to call me or email me at any time. I'd like to thank you for watching this webinar. I assume only about 2 people have, but I hope you found it informative.